Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hi there. Just in case it has escaped everyone's notice, I am not Joe Dog McKeel, and I don't even play him on TV. But we're running the show tonight for a little while in case he doesn't show up. He should. He was awake and alert. Well, awake earlier. With me tonight, we've got John Scarborough and we've got Gary, and we will do our best to entertain you for an hour or so. The comment section is lively, but mostly the talk is about cigars between Uncle Carl and Aunt Donna, so that's always nice. Aunt Donna seems to have found some real good deals on some unexpected cigars. They turned out to be a different sort of variety than what she thought when she ordered them. So, hey, and she saved money too. So there we go. That's always good. How are y'all tonight, John, Valkyrie?
I'm good. I was just
Doing
reading.
well.
I was just reading about Catherine Crosby died. That was Bing Crosby's wife. She was 90.
Oh,
For those of you who don't know anything about her, her original name was Catherine Grant before she married Mr. Crosby, and she was the princess in the 1958 Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, the Ray Harryhausen classic. Of
oh,
course,
wow.
Ray Harryhausen did most of the Sinbad movies. That's critical. But let me see. I wanted to do this. Let me see here. That one. All right. Boing. And that was her from the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
She was a very lovely lady.
She was. Apparently, Bing Crosby knew something about, you know. Um, so, but she was 90 years old, and see, they didn't say what or how. I imagine that'll come later. So.
Yes, although 90, being really tired is a valid reason. Um, Capstars in the chat. And hello, Carl. Carl finally said hello to us.
Hi, Carl.
Oh dear. Yes, back in our version of the green room earlier tonight, Kiri and I were talking about Chattanooga traffic. Kiri, you want to retell that story about your first experience driving yourself in Chattanooga traffic?
Well, it was an experience, but The good news is I did not have to go through the downtown traffic. The bad news is I had to go up and down Big Ridge um, for my traffic lessons. And I will just say, if I thought Big Ridge was a roller coaster, I would hate to imagine having to drive up and down the W road.
Missionary Ridge is pretty fun too. Um,
We were just talking about Missionary Ridge.
that was it's the roads that are there were originally invented for horse and buggies, horse-drawn wagons. Yeah, they're a little odd for cars. It's,
I
They
think
really
we're
are.
being pranked. There's no way that medication hasn't worn off yet, Joe Dog.
so, do we know where Joe Dog is, or just,
Um, well, at least his phone is working. I don't know. Oh, Donna has a good point here about um, she was Bing Crosby's second wife and a bit younger than he. Their daughter Mary was an actress. Not sure what she's done since the turn of the century. Um,
she's
Will?
got about 2 dozen movie credits to her name. So, she, and big names too, like Tony Curtis and stuff like that. So.
Let's see.
I
I'm
just did
trying
a
to.
Google search on whatever Joe Dog said, and if I Google search part of that, it comes up as some Yo Gabba Gabba
Oh,
um,
a quote from the Ramones.
search results.
Gabba gabba hey. Uh, Carl, I'm sorry, I can't post that one. Uh, oh dear. Well, we'll just wish the boy well and let it go at that for the moment. If he wants to give an account of himself, it's his show. He can just pop in. And once you pop in the green room, hit the in stream button just to shut us up. Uh, oh. Um. I think the post was actually to Chris, or was it after Joe Dog's final night of non sobriety of his life at Helicon? But it was basically the translation was, well, we pulled it off again. And the text was incomprehensible to me. I only speak two languages, English and bad English. Uh, I failed my test in gibberish. Uh, oh. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, now rolling right along. Yes, probably in a meme, Donna. Probably in a meme. Uh, that's what most things eventually wind up being. Uh, this green screen thing keeps blanking out around my head whenever I move.
What you get for dyeing your hair green?
I didn't dye my hair.
That's,
It's the same old age white it's been for 30 years now. My sister used to try and convince me that I should try and uh, dye it so that I looked younger again. And I just looked at her and said, that would be vain. Meanwhile, hers was fluorescent red, and she was born with brown hair. So, I mean, her hair color made Kiri's look pink. So she finally quit dyeing her hair and let it go back to white the way it, the way nature intended. And now she doesn't do anything other than style it a little bit and keep it nice. However, her daughter, my niece, her hair is long and straight and reminds me so much of my mom when she was very, very young, like when I was first born. There you go. The exact, the exact quote. Um, maybe he's writing a soliloquy. No, maybe he's probably writing a sonnet now.
blackmail.
Blackmail. Uh, how is that going to work? Everybody already knows Joe Dog. There's nothing you could say or do that would embarrass him. He's told worse stories about himself than anybody could make up. He'd probably be safe going into politics. There's no kind of mudslinging that would be used against him. It just, yeah, so? You don't like me? Come over here. Let's take an elevator ride. You won't like me a lot after that. Chris, I don't know about that. There was one when I got here. My like was number 2. Maybe that's just on. Well, you're on a YouTube. You're on one of the YouTube channels, so maybe we're on the other one. I don't know. I'm on the Stupid Clock YouTube channel for my like, but don't know if they carry over or what. Let me. I've got 4 on the Stupid O'Clock channel. I don't know what we've got on the Halicon channel. Oh, Chris was first. Okay. Chris, evidently did not go to where was it? The thing that we thought you and Joe Dog were going. I can't remember the. You're on the
Cleveland Geekster, I think.
To what was the town?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yes, thank you. My brain has misplaced it. And there he is, the man of the hour.
Yeah.
You look very laid back, Joe Dog.
26 hours. And it ain't let up.
We got 26 out, and then everything dropped, Joe. Can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
Nope.
A
He's
little bit.
pranking us.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Voice wasn't working. No, 26 hours and it ain't let up.
Well, I'm not going to make fun of you for it.
I ain't never doing that shit again.
What did you do?
I ain't eating a gummy from Willie no more.
He said he flew up there. I had to fly up and get him down. He's about half crazy.
So this is what Joe Dog is like after he consumes a gummy.
half a gummy.
Quarter.
Quarter.
No, it's not funny. And people actually,
Do that for fun.
yeah, screw them.
Oh.
It'll make you feel so much better. I have been miserable since about 9:30 last night.
Okay. Miserable because you took the gummy, or you were miserable and then you took the gummy?
Because
Okay.
no, I ain't doing that shit no more.
What did it do besides intoxicate?
Besides, give you that fabulous hairdo.
Mm.
No, his hair does look
Carl, yeah. My back still hurts. Actually, everything hurts more. I guess because I had the relief.
Oh, but that was only temporary.
Yeah. So I got to get used to it again.
Mm.
Exactly, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, "Oh, it cures your nausea." I've been wanting to puke since last night.
Well, it's a gummy. What do you mean? Gelatin.
Yeah. I would say if the first experience hadn't been so traumatic for you, milder doses would have been a much better introduction. But then I'm no expert. I've never had one of those things myself.
Dan, I'll put it to you this way. Long about 11 o'clock, I thought something fell off.
Don't be mailing me your leftovers, all right?
No.
Don't be saving it for Helicon to slip in my drink either.
No.
Oh.
I've always wanted to try cooking with cannabis.
Heat does activate the essential oils in it.
Yeah, and you got to have like a butter or an oil.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I was wondering about spaghetti sauce.
I don't know. I've never heard of it being used in a spaghetti sauce. It's mostly
Cookies.
brownies or cookies.
Yes.
I wondered how they made it into gummies actually.
Gelatin. Just mix it with gelatin.
Well, like I said, you've got to heat it to activate it, or at least the plant itself. Now, the oils extracted from the plant, I have no idea. I'm not a chemist.
You just played one at the at the glass plant?
No. that was not chemistry. That was quality control. I had predetermined sets of numbers that I had to go
There
by.
we
Hey,
go.
there's Zach.
Zach.
Hello there.
There we
Heidi.
go.
So, what's the rocket news?
FAA is being FAA. SpaceX is being SpaceX.
If Trump gets elected, he's going to put Elon Musk in charge of cutting red tape in Washington, and he's already got his sights set on the FAA and the EPA.
Yep.
Now, if we can just get him to go after the IRS too.
Oh, I'm sure that'll happen too.
And then right before the next election after that, he can go after the Electoral College and election commissions.
Why not?
What makes you think there'd be a next election?
Exactly the point.
You'd never have to vote again.
I can't vote anyways. Well, I mean, I could if I cross the southern border, but I came illegally.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, here's what you do. Take a vacation in Mexico. Come across the border. They give you all sorts of free shit.
Yeah.
A free Tesla, free apartments, 5 extra girlfriends, a lot of debt.
So they launched another SpaceX Starlink satellite the other day. And then, of course, they're still trying to get the Super Heavy off the ground. Starship 5 or whatever it is.
Yep. Flight 5.
And then what was the other one I read about?
The last landing was a big, 2 landings ago, I guess it would be now, was a big one. The, which one was it? The Galileo one. Because they were telling everyone, like, it's probably not going to work. It's not going to work. Just, FYI, it's probably not going to work. And then the rocket was just like, I'm going to work. And, like, perfectly landed dead center. Little hard. Definitely wasn't going anywhere. But it's fine. It survived.
And then the Cygnus resupply mission to the ISS. That was pretty neat. I love the fact they have to use the Canada arm to dock it. That's kind of really, you think Boeing would have put that sort of feature on Starliner just in case, but
yeah, Starliner.
They probably need, if we ever do another ISS type space station, and they put the big Canada arm on it. I think that's actually one of the things they want to recycle from the ISS is the Canada arm on the next station.
They're building a new one on the
Lunar
Gateway. It's actually going to be 2 arms. So they're going to have 1 arm, and then it's going to have a smaller arm, and the smaller arm can do repairs, but it can also change the head out and like change the main one.
Ooh, see, now that's smart, and that would allow them to dock everything.
Well, and everything that's approaching that should be autonomous docking. But if they need to do it unautonomous,
because you never know when you're going to have problems with the docking system.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to be able to reach out and touch someone. So, and then what was the other? The Cygnus, and then there was one other thing.
What was the one that looked like a Saturn V it was in a thumbnail on a video I thought was clickbait. And it's go, hey, this is the one that Elon's going to use to go to Mars. And it looked almost exactly like a Saturn V. And I'm going, did you recycle an old photo or something?
Probably. Yeah, they're bad about that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, AI ones, if you tell AI big rocket, they usually throw up a Saturn V.
Well, I've been trying to block all the any channels that use AI on my YouTube. There've been some things that had beautiful thumbnails for animated or not animated, but live action movies that never happened, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And then somewhere in the channel name is AI art, and I go, do not recommend.
You get a lot of those clickbait things that this is what she looked like when she was younger. You click on it and it's an ad for Viagra or something. And ever since I turned 40, I've been getting those. So.
Take enough of these, she'll look like that again. It's better than beer goggles.
And I'm trying to. Let me see. We had this. SpaceX put the satellites up. Oh, Rocket Lab, I think it was, had that one launch that aborted, and there was, it was a commercial satellite or something like that.
Yeah, it was 5 Internet of what is it? Internet of Things IoT sats. It was the second batch of 5 out of 5.
That actually had to
and
abort.
And John missed that launch because they actually showed the actual size of the Curry engine. Zach, you got a can.
The little soda can engine.
Yeah, it's probably not much bigger than a
I should still have the picture. Let me find
beer
it.
can.
Yeah, I still have it. Then preview. Share screen. Share watching. Where is it? Oh my god, so many windows. Is that showing for you or no?
Okay.
It's hang on a minute. We're waiting on it.
Yeah, it hasn't gone clickable yet. There you go.
That's all we see.
Huh.
But it does have your name on it.
Well, let's try something different.
Share window.
That's how I did it. Was the window. I mean, I can do it in a Chrome tab. That seems to work the best.
That seems to work a little bit better. More steps, but
easy enough.
It doesn't work the other way.
I think that's that one. Share.
There we go.
Doing.
It's so
That's
small.
the entire engine.
Yep.
That's an actual engine that will probably go on to a kick stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
That's
what pushes the booster out, or is that what pushes the satellites into position?
That pushes the kick stage, which is like their third stage, which is what the payloads are then on.
Yeah.
And then, so this one had 5 payloads on it, but the payloads each were probably like 5 or 6 times the size of that engine. And then you have all the base of the thing, and then it was doing kicks and flips for deployment.
Cool. What size is the fuel tank? Just out of curiosity.
If you bring that down,
that looks like something you'd hook to a 5-gallon propane can.
Just about.
No, that would actually work.
Well, there was a box I got to see down in Huntsville that was the maneuver rockets for the Apollo service modules.
There we go.
That's the kick stage, the little white ring on the side, on the right.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And there's a rocket motor underneath that?
You can see one on the lower right-hand edge.
That is the rocket motor.
Yeah.
Right in the center.
The little dinky thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that tiny little thing can take ridiculously large payloads.
And the thing in the center left is
the second
stage. Okay.
Yeah. And then to give scale, let's see if this will open.
And that's all like carbon fiber and some sort of alloy, right? The whole
carbon fiber. All carbon fiber.
Well, I mean, the rocket motors are some sort of 3D printed alloy.
Yeah, 3D printed, probably.
There you go.
So
that's the second stage with a payload on it in the fairing. Electron's a size that, but based on the things they put it on with the wheels, you can just grab it and push the full stack of the rocket with one hand. Not fully loaded in fuel, but like ready to go to the pad. You can just push it around the factory. And it can send stuff to Mars and Mercury and a few other places.
Venus.
Yep.
Well, once you get it up so high, if you have an engine that has a continuous thrust, you can go.
Yeah.
And then they also have a version of their kick stage that they offer that the kick stage is actually like a payload body. So like they'll deploy the kick stage as a base of a satellite, and then you can just put your stuff on that. And they're called, I think that's Photon, is what they called that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got Electron, Neutron, and Photon. And then kick stage.
Yeah, Russians have already used a proton, didn't they?
Of course, now they had that one Energia, I think it was. That was the last really good Russian rocket, but they ran out of money. So they went back to using their trusty, rusty Vostok.
Boys.
Well, they just launched a new rocket called the Angara for the first time. We don't know much about how it went, but we know it took off.
Oh.
Would they launch just test run, or they put something in orbit or something?
It's a new military rocket launch. Why am I blurry? Thank you.
Because you're moving back and forth in front of your camera.
Yeah, well, it should follow. It's an expensive enough. Well, it's actually a cheap camera, but
You don't have a lot. You don't have a lot of light. If you had more light,
I need studio lights. They're coming. A couple more weeks.
Cool.
Oh,
Good night,
there
Carl.
we go.
The man, the myth, the legend, Chris Walker.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And I think I'm going back to bed.
Aww.
Oh,
Take another gummy.
yeah.
Kelly won't wake up for a month.
Eat
two.
the other half of that last gummy.
Or
I'm gonna tell
save
you,
the
me and
gummy
Chris
for after.
had some good conversations today. Then I realized on the way home, we didn't talk about that.
Good night, Carl. Hello, Donna.
Or save the rest of the gummy for after HoloCon.
Even better.
Sleep for
I've already
Sleep
thrown that
for a
damn thing
week.
away.
Give the other half of that gummy to the husky.
God, no.
Animal cruelty. Oh. Let me do
But,
this
yeah.
for a minute.
Zach, just want to ask you a quick question. May not remember it or not. Are you going to make it up in October or not? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Because if you're coming up, I ain't going to mail this shit down to you. I'm just going to bring it down and hand it to you.
Biggest thing is it comes down to is whenever my grandparents get here, and then if Sydney and I can end up making the drive or not. Because my grandparents are still going to be here that time. So then we'd be leaving them here without a car.
Ah.
So I'm not sure how that all would work. Because they're only going to have just got here.
Okay. What part of Florida are you living in now?
Space Coast.
What?
East of
Orlando flies.
Titusville.
Orlando flies to Chattanooga, I'm sure.
But are they fluffy friendly?
That I don't know.
Just show them your government ID.
I went out this evening with someone in a beautiful Lucid vehicle, all wrapped, gorgeous. We found out the front seat of Lucids are not fluffy friendly. The back seats are very fluffy friendly.
Good night, Joe Dog.
I'll let you know, Joe Dog.
Good night, Joe Dog.
Another helpful hint, if it's too expensive to go to Chattanooga, go to Atlanta. There is a group called Groom Transportation.
Yep.
They're just north of the Georgia state line. Somebody can pick you up from there and take you to the hotel.
And they are very good. I can testify to that.
They're a Chattanooga-based company, I believe.
Yep.
And they have van service from Chattanooga to Nashville, Knoxville, Atlanta, and I think they got one going to Athens.
Yes, they do.
But I think that one goes from Atlanta to Athens.
Yeah.
That's the only way we've used it, but it might be possible to book from Athens to Chattanooga.
Hmm.
Do not know.
Hmm.
It might be possible. I don't know. It's not something we've ever done.
Yeah.
Where's Skunk?
Goodbye,
when-
Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Let me look. See what flights are saying.
Hey, Joe, how many fingers am I holding up?
Oh,
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I will. I am not gonna make fun of Joe. It's an experience he'd never had before. It did not go well for him. I'm sorry.
I reckon that gummy was just way too potent for him. They should have given him like a gummy that has
The Flintstone gummy.
much less.
he's not happy with his nephew because his nephew recommended that amount that he took.
Yeah, and based on people's response last night, that's more than they take, and they normally take that stuff.
Yeah,
It was not a starting
and
dose.
it's different if you're used to it, but he wasn't used to it.
No.
Yeah, because supposedly the more cannabis you take, I don't know for certain, but the more cannabis you take, the less it affects you. So,
Oh, I
Yeah,
can
it's
testify
like
to
anything,
that.
your body gets adjusted to it.
I can confirm that.
It would either be $500 or like $750 for me to come, depending which seat I book. But that would be flying all the way into Chattanooga.
Oh, how
Yeah.
much is the fluffy seat?
The first class seat would be just under $800. The Zach can do it, and it's going to happen, but not going to be happy about it is $500.
Well, we don't
Well,
want you to
what
be
about-
unhappy.
They're short
What about-
flights. They're not too bad. The first flight would be fine. It's a 757. The second flight's the what is it? Canadar RJ 900, where it's like one seat, two seats in first, and then two.
Yeah.
So that's the one where I would want the one and the one alone.
Mhm.
But it'd be doable. But I have to price stuff out.
Check Orlando to Atlanta. That's a much heavier route. And
Yeah, that would be way cheaper.
And groom transportation from Atlanta to Chattanooga. I mean,
if I want to do it on Frontier with no baggage, $24
wow.
for the economy ticket. If I do Delta, it'd be $120 for like the economy ticket. It's not showing me a first class ticket right now. So
On
first
Delta,
class,
there is no such thing as first class. You're all
Business class, maybe.
$359 for first. Domestic, U.S. domestic first.
Is that round trip or one way?
One way. So I had to price a few things out because I'm also debating going like a week earlier to Miami. Everybody's decided to do everything in October. It's unacceptable.
good time of year for it.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I'm supposed to be in Chattanooga, Miami, Italy, India, and England within a matter of 14 days. I don't have a private jet, people.
You could.
I wish.
Hey, go fund me.
We actually did look up a private jet for Artemis because we had enough people flying because we had 2 people from LA, 2 from Utah, me, and then a couple people in the Middle East coming to Florida. And we were like, what would it be to charter to do a triangle and then reverse triangle? And believe it or not, it wasn't far off what we were all going to pay in flights. It just would have taken longer.
Just out of curiosity, look up Vida Jets.
Look up who?
Vida Jets. They do like private Lear service.
Buy the jets?
VIDA Jets.
Life Jet?
No.
Isn't Vita in Latin?
VID is in
Oh,
Vida
there it is.
Blue.
No.
Jets.
You don't understand.
They need to work on their social media.
Yeah.
They don't come up very high on Google. Let's see.
Well, I know them from Instagram. That's
Yeah, I've seen their stuff. Because
I'm
I
just
like to
curious
fly
how
right
much they
from
are.
down the street if I really wanted to. Because we have the regional airport here. Let's see. Be the bougiest person coming to Halicon. Flying freaking private.
Hey, if it's a VTOL, you can land in the parking lot.
I was
Well,
about to say,
actually, if it's a small enough jet, you can land in Dalton. Dalton does have an airport.
Dalton does have a small airport.
How many passengers? 1. They want my name, email, and phone number. No, you don't need that. You can have my spam one.
And like I said, Zach, I really don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
No, I'm curious. How do you currently travel? I don't. Commercial, jet card, aircraft owner, charter, or fractional? How about casual?
Roller skates.
Walk. Oh, here we go. I can do a float plane with 4 seats, $7,300 US.
Good grief.
I can do
I don't know where you'd land it in Dalton, but
I don't. I said to Chattanooga.
Oh,
Chattanooga,
okay.
He can land it on the riverfront.
Land on the river, yeah.
Piston twin plane, the 9,700. A very light jet that can hold 4 people or 1 Zach, 11,200.
Damn.
If we want to push it up and get a little fancy, an airliner that they're using an image of a Boeing 747, but it apparently only holds 49 people, is 30,300. A standard like super jet type thing that holds 12 is just shy of 18,000.
How about a vest full of bottle rockets and a parachute?
Did I mention?
All you got to do is get up high enough.
I didn't mention that was one way.
Good grief.
I think that was a avenue that was.
That was for the dirty, rotten, stinking, filthy rich.
Yeah. I look forward to their phone call tomorrow, being like, "Would you like to book?"
Not at this time. Something's come up.
I'm unfortunately gonna not be able to. I wonder if it's any better for Orlando though. Like if I put Orlando in,
you just tell them no. Elon made me a better offer.
Yeah, right. If I did like Orlando to Atlanta, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Search. No, same price. Oh, there's a helicopter option though.
Ooh, there you go.
Only 37,000. But that's only Orlando to Atlanta.
Oh, well, that would What about from Atlanta to Dalton?
It won't give me that option.
Yeah.
It thinks it's too far. Oh, this does not include tax either. If you're interested in sponsoring, you can reach out to me via the Launchpad website.
Sounds like you need those custom airplane people sponsoring you. They seem to be making plenty of money.
I was gonna say if they want to run an ad, I won't say no.
Well, how much is Frontier with a
Bag. I'd have to go onto their website.
Mm.
They normally charge like $30 or $40 for a bag.
Considering the last time we flew internationally, it was Atlanta to Gatwick Airport and back was $1,000 per passenger.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I don't know why it should be so expensive to go from Florida to Atlanta or Florida to Chattanooga. Somebody's
Somebody's taking advantage of a.
yeah, definitely. Look it up on Expedia. They send me ads every day in my email. Or what's the one Shatner used to advertise?
Priceline.
Priceline.
There you go. They don't have an airplane, but they've got a zip line from Florida to Chattanooga.
Just need a train.
Oh, that would be
We're
fun.
working on it.
I love trains.
That would be nice. That's what this country needs is some high-speed rail.
I
Really.
agree. We really need Amtrak trains running through Chattanooga to Nashville, Atlanta, and all
Knoxville.
over the place.
We
Yeah.
need Amtrak plus so that they move.
Yes.
They also need to update the Amtrak station in Atlanta. Brookwood Station is pathetic. It's small.
It's a dump.
It's
Most of the Amtrak stations are.
In
The stations I was at in England were gorgeous, even if it was a tiny town of 10 people.
they had one
Yeah.
in Biloxi, Mississippi, and to this day, the only thing that's left is the platform. It has an overhang. The train tracks are right next to it, and there's a sign that basically tells you, Amtrak. That's it. I don't know that there's actually anybody down there selling tickets or loading cargo.
Hello, Emily.
Emily!
Please, and other than stopping at Union Station in Chicago.
Everything goes to Chicago or New York.
Or Atlanta.
Did you guys ever hear about this tradition over in Laguna Niguel, California? They have like this weird tradition that a whole group of people would just stand right up against the Amtrak fence, and people would actually moon the Amtrak trains just moving back and forth through the path.
It's not something I've ever heard of before, but I'd believe just about anything coming out of California.
Yeah. I mean, the bus isn't a terrible idea, Donna. Take longer, but
yes, it would, and you'd likely wind up in Chicago and then Chattanooga.
Megabus, I think, does express service where they don't have as many stops.
I thought Megabus went out of business.
They did?
And then they came back.
Oh, they came back. Okay, I know that the plague caused them to completely close down. I didn't know that they'd returned.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, you could get a Megabus in Athens, and it would take you directly to the Atlanta airport. No problem.
I do not get Athens as an option.
Well, you might have to specify Georgia, because if you type in Athens, they think you want to go to Greece.
The only stop that they show that far northwest in Georgia is Atlanta, and then they reach east. Yet they said Orlando. Let's see. Oh, there's Athens. I can do Athens as an origin, but not as a destination. Oh, I have to do it in chunks. I have to be like, okay, I take Orlando to Atlanta, and then I have to change in Atlanta and go Atlanta to Athens in like chunks.
Yeah,
It
but
would be
Athens wouldn't
easier to
work.
go to Atlanta and then go and get groom transport to take you to Dalton.
Yeah, or East Ridge, and then somebody can pick you up from the hotel there.
$27, 1 hour 50 minutes from Athens to Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, but
It's
Athens is opposite
enormously
direction.
comfortable too. But Athens is due east of Atlanta, and
Yeah, you need to have
our
to stop at
airport
Atlanta.
is teeny tiny. If there was something bigger than a Learjet, I don't. Well, no, they do have a company that does business class on a small jet. I think less than 30 people back and forth to the Atlanta airport. But
But
I've
he
never
would still
taken
have to go
advantage of
through
it, so I
Atlanta
don't
to
know.
get to Athens. There's no point in going to Athens.
I know. Once you get to the Atlanta airport, groom transport will get you just about anywhere you need to go.
Yeah.
Oh, in Orlando, they only offer to Fort Lauderdale or Miami. It's really poorly planned. I don't know why anyone would do that, because you can now go to Orlando Airport and jump on the high-speed train and be down to Miami in like 2.5 hours rather than 4.5
Yeah.
for like the same price.
Oh, hello, Adam.
Yeah,
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost the end of the show.
Yep.
We got 6 minutes left in a few seconds. I'll fire up my channel.
Yeah. I take it I have to shut this one down.
It would be enormously helpful. You don't have to.
Oh, well, let me see if I can find some buttons to push here. Let's try this one.
that one worked.
Let's see, where's the? Oh, there it is. Okay. Y'all been moving stuff around, so.
I have not moved anything. I have not touched anything. Except for my bank account.
Me too. It's not happy with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine's really happy.
Mine is not. Mine's quivering in the one thing I'm about to buy in it on next payday.
Mine has lost so much weight. It's really happy.
I was looking at all the silly little video clips Joe has on here. We just haven't.
Yes, I know.
We have not seen any of these in a while.
Well, we really haven't had a reason to use any of those in a while.
I am Frau Blucher.
And I think you just explained why we don't use those.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Adam, what's the punchline? You broke out in hives?
It really stung.
I think I've been hanging around Joe Doe too long. I keep looking for punchlines in everybody's statements.
He says, "No, I'm serious. He's a beekeeper, Prince."
Cool.
I burned 1,400 calories today. I left my frozen pizza in the oven too long.
Oh,
I was about to say well done, but that's not that much.
No, that would be well beyond well done.
uh-huh.
Yeah, if you've burned it to the point that you've lost every single calorie, you should not be allowed to touch an oven again.
It's just charcoal now.
I've never seen a frisbee made out of charcoal before.
Oh,
Yes.
A frisbee you can draw with on the sidewalk. All right, I will go over to the other channel just in
All
case.
right. I'll go over here and launch the airplane.
Okay.
Guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe Dog,
Thank
for
you,
showing up.
everybody.
Thank you, Carrie, for showing up.
Yeah.
And say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.